Welcome back. It is Wednesday, June 7th, and the MLB. Our four favorite picks are on the way. It's Austin, joined by Logan. Let's recap yesterday. Finally, a winning day. We will take it. 2-1. We'll take that. Peralta, 5+ Ks, and Brewers money line. Hey, Peralta was no sweat, Logan. You could have taken him up to 9 Ks. The man was on 1. The Brewers clutch up in the 10th inning. We'll take that. Royals and Marlins don't want first inning. Pretty sweat free. Had to survive an error in there, but we'll take that. And then Corbin Carroll gets his job done. Joey Meneses does not. Oh, well, it's a 2-1 day. We'll certainly take it. We will never complain about a 2-1 day. Now, a reminder, we do have our parlay of the day. It will be live. Top link in the description. We're going to pick another 3 hitters to get a hit. They'll be different from the hit parlay today, but if you want to check it out, we've done pretty good on these parlays of the day. It's on Dimers. Top link in the description. Go check it out. Logan, you got 2 picks today. The first one's going to be an under. Which one are you going to?
Yeah, the people love when I take an under, but I'm going to the Tigers versus Phillies game, a game that I wish we could get a repeat of it yesterday. I'm taking the under 8 runs in this one, -110 odds on Caesars is currently your best value. Yesterday, the only run of the game naturally was a first inning home run by Schwarber. It was a Schwarber bomb, and everyone knows Schwarber loves to, when the calendar turns June, he hits all his home runs. It's the most comical thing in baseball ever. But I think once again, the offense is down today, and I really do like who the Phillies are putting out there. Zach Wheeler, 4.33 ERA, 1.21 WHIP. You look at those numbers, you're like, Wheeler's numbers should be lower than that. His expected ERA is 3.54 at home, and at home, his ERA is 3.53. So he's pitching at home. His expected ERA is low. I think this is one of those games where his ERA dips a little bit because he's good. He's really good at getting the swing and miss, right? We know Zach Wheeler, a strikeout specialist. He also doesn't walk a lot of batters, which I really like. 86th percentile in walk percentage. In their last 3 games, he's faced in a Tigers offense that just absolutely has stunk. The Tigers are only hitting 111 in their last 3 games. Yes, 111. That's an MLB team, and their batting average. They've been missing Riley Green, and their offense just doesn't look good. And I think Zach Wheeler should be able to have his way. Now, everyone and their mother is on Phillies -1.5 today. So I ask you, what could go wrong? Against Reese Olson. Reese Olson starts for the Tigers, 3.6 ERA and a 0.6 WHIP. I really like that WHIP, hovering in that 0.5 range. That shows a lot of control for the young guy. Olson only has 1 start to his name, but it was decent. 5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, and 6 strikeouts. To be able to come into the majors and just get those swing and a miss right out of the gate, I do think is really encouraging for Reese Olson. The Phillies haven't seen him before. The advantage for a pitcher you've never seen before is on the pitcher's side until the batters get familiarity with him. Until they figure him out first, few times through the order, I think Olson is actually going to stand a chance. Phillies hitting .256 at home this season. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. This Phillies offense rarely can be trusted to score with runners in scoring position. The time I took it over with them, and they just kept putting runners on base and just not being able to get them home. The reason the Phillies offense can't be trusted, in my opinion, I've watched several other games, they don't get production 1 through 9. You'll just see that the bottom half of the lineup, the top half can get on base, the bottom half can't get them home. That's not how you score consistently, and you do need production in 1 through 9, and the Phillies rarely ever get that. So I do like the under in this one. Phillies 13th in bullpen ERA, the Tigers 16th in bullpen ERA. So both middle of the pack bullpens. I don't see a bullpen meltdown coming from either of those two teams. So I'm going to go ahead and take the under 8 runs. I think the line is set low, but low for a reason. Austin, what do you got for the player props today?
Yeah, so I'm going back to the hit parlay. I know they've been a little bit cold, but Logan, I love that pick. It is worth noting Riley Green's still out, and I feel like that Tigers offense has really struggled without Riley Green. Obviously, we love Riley. If you know, you know. Now let's go to my hit parlay. We need to get these back on track. Been a little bit unlucky yesterday. Surprised Corbin Carroll got a hit because he got hit by a pitch. He walked, and Joey Meneses got hit. It was a ridiculous game. But either way, today we're going to 2 hitters on the same team. It's Matt McLain, our trusted ally, and Elly De La Cruz. If you don't know who he is, I'll tell you about him in a second. But each of them to record a hit. Currently -104 on FanDuel. Now, like I said, we're going to need both these 2 guys in the lineup today. You can take this on FanDuel, Bet365, DraftKings, whatever. We're going to need them in the lineup. So if they do pinch hit, we're going to kind of be out of luck. But I wouldn't be surprised if Elly De La Cruz should be out there. He's a guy that just got called up from AAA. And then you also got Matt McLain, who's normally in their lineup too. They're batting normally in the 2 and 4 slot. That's where they hit yesterday. But let's talk about this game, though. Overall, you got an over-under at 11. Yeah, you don't see an over-under at 11 that high, and anywhere but Coors Field. So they're clearly expecting some runs. They did see 67% of the bets are on the under, and we're not saying, hey, go hammer the over. I think there's going to be some runs here today. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe they don't hit the over, but they're still expecting some runs. You don't set an over under at 11, not expect, at least a couple runs in this game. And we saw yesterday, high scoring game, Reds coming back in the bottom of the ninth. We saw McLean go 3 for 6 with a game winning single. Then Dela Cruz went 1 for 3 with 2 walks. Now, Cruz, if you don't know who he is, highly anticipated call up from AAA, arguably their best prospect there. And this guy's insane. And you might not see him. It's just going to be fun to watch. And I'm buying into the hype because this guy is ridiculous. Now, the reason I like both these two guys is arguably because of their sprint speed. You got McLean, who's in the 92nd percentile, and with Dela Cruz only has 1 game under his belt, doesn't have all the percentiles you see on a baseball savant. I'm here to report when all is said and done, he's going to be the 99th or 100th percentile in sprint speed. This guy's super fast. If you don't believe me, just go watch his highlights. Just go watch his double yesterday. This guy's just zooming around the spaces. And while I like sprint speed because they can beat out those infield singles, maybe they get bad, contact, potentially get that infield single, which other guys, if you're taking, the slower hitters, they got no chance of getting that. But let's talk about why we're actually here. It's because of the pitcher they're going up against. It's Noah Syndergaard. Now, Syndergaard, there's no surprise. He struggled this season, made headlines with his quote last year that I think he would say he would give away his first newborn to get back to pitching how he used to. I think that was his quote, something along those lines. And I can't blame him. The man's allowing a 302 batting average. But the biggest reason I actually like him is he's in the 96th percentile in walk percentage. Only 9 walks on 212 at-bats versus him. So not walking a whole lot. He's saying, hey, here's a meatball down the middle of the plate. Just go hit it. And that's what we like to see. There's no more frustrating way to lose a hit parlay than if a guy just walks a couple times. And that's kind of what happened yesterday. Both of our guys got walks. And so I don't see a ton of walks coming either of these guys' way. I know Dela Cruz walked twice yesterday, but either way, let's talk about McLean first. Hitting 341 on the season, been really good. 323 versus right-handed pitchers. And the biggest reason Syndergaard throws 41% sinker to a right-handed batters. McLean is a righty sinker. McLean's best pitch to hitting 480 versus that pitch with a 415 expected batting average. Like he's going to see other pitches like the slider and curveball, both pitches that McLean hits well. The only pitches that McLean hasn't hit well so far into his young MLB career are cutters and changeups, but either way, I think McLean will at least see that sinker, put it into the outfield, and he'll certainly get us a hit. Now, it's hard to really say, hey, Ellie Dela Cruz, here are the pitches he likes to take because we don't have a lot of sample size on him. Like I said, yesterday was his MLB debut, but it's the guy I really trust. This is the guy that obviously the Reds are very high on. A lot of the MLB is very high on. This is one of the best prospects in a while for this Reds offense. So I really trust him. He's a switch hitter, so should be able to bat from the left or the right, depending on the pitcher. And I certainly think he's got a good chance of getting at least one hit. Like I said, yesterday they were in the 2 and 4 spot, so should see plenty of appearances in this one. We know the Dodgers offense can put up some runs on the other side, so maybe we see this Reds team have to bat in the 9th inning. But either way, I do think that we're going to see Ellie Dela Cruz and Matt McLean both to get a hit. I know McLean hurt us the last time we took him, but he's been pretty good to us recently. So we'll take both these two guys to each get a hit. It's the same game parlay. We'll ride with them. -104 on FanDuel. If you need a guy on the other side, I did not mind Will Smith to get a hit of the Dodgers. He went 0 for 4 yesterday. He's just never always in the lineup, but I think he gets a hit as well. But Logan, you got 2 picks. What do you got for the second one?
Yeah, we're going to Scene of the Crime yesterday where the hit parlay unfortunately did not hit. And I'm taking a money line in this one. I'm on the Nationals money line, plus 115 odds on DraftKings. For starters, this is a value play, right? I love taking home teams at plus value just because last time I trusted Patrick Corbin, the guy on the mound, who everyone just auto fades, the Nats ended up winning outright versus the Dodgers. And I like the value on them again. Today, once again, Patrick Corbin, 4.92 ERA, 1.48 WHIP. Those numbers aren't great. I'm not going to act like they're good. Corbin is fully capable of melting down. Like when I saw, he's fully capable of melting down. But the last time I saw him pitch, I was like, oh no, are we getting another Patrick Corbin meltdown? No, on that road start versus the Dodgers, he allowed batting practice in the first, but then he dialed it back in, and he's actually capable of doing that. Now, is this a game I recommend watching? No, because it's not going to be pretty. Patrick Corbin starts are never pretty. He's facing a Diamondbacks offense that is hitting 255 against lefties on the road, which is pretty decent. But if you look at Corbin's metrics, yes, hard hit percentage, K percentage, those are not good metrics for him at all. And that's quite honestly why I said he's not a pitcher you want to watch, because he doesn't really get the swing and the miss, and when he gets hit hard. But he is the 81st percentile in walk percentage, which is big because, look, you got to limit the damage. I don't need a Corbin masterclass today. I don't need him to go pitch 6 innings pitched, no earned runs allowed. All I need is him just to give us a chance for this one because I really like the matchup we're getting with the Nationals offense against Zach Davies. Zach Davies starts for the Diamondbacks, 5.4 ERA and a 1.64 WHIP. Look how high that WHIP is, right? That ERA should be probably even higher given that WHIP. but Davies relies heavily on soft contact ground ball outs. If those are not working for him, he will host batting practice, and this could be a no sweat bet in our favor. Because I've seen it before, right? We know what type of pitcher Zach Davies is. And the Nationals are the perfect team to hit him around. The Nationals hitting 265 at home this season, and the Nationals are a death by 1,000 cuts team. What do I mean by that? Well, they're third best in hits. When the Nationals are getting hits, it's hit after hit after hit after hit, and that's how you sort of beat a pitcher like Zach Davies, because he wants you to just roll over on these ground balls. But the Nationals hitters have shown this year that they are savvy enough to be able to hit where the defense isn't, and that's what we want today. Look at Davies' numbers as well. 22nd percentile in walk percentage, 15th percentile in expected batting average, and 16th percentile in K percentage. I mean, those are really, really bad numbers, right? Baseball Savant, which a website Austin and I definitely use. If you see a pitcher with a lot of blue circles, that's not a good thing. And Davies has a lot of the blue circles to his name. So does Corbin. But Davies, to my eyes, are the more alarming statistics. Now, late game, Washington 27th in bullpen ERA, Arizona 19th in bullpen ERA. I'm optimistic and hopeful that the Nationals will do enough damage against Zach Davies to hold the lead late and not really care what happens in the bullpen. The Nationals bullpen every now and then has a good start, and they're full of surprises. Yes, they do give up the runs every now and then. But I am confident in the Nationals, and I do really like the value that we're getting on them today. So go do your job, Nationals. Hit around Zach Davies. But Austin, get those flags out. You know what time it is.
Yes, Logan, it is 6 quick outs. That is all we are asking for today. Let's go get it done. I'm feeling good about it. Yesterday was a sweat-free one. Let's hopefully get that today. I will note today's Nerfy slate is a very interesting one. There's going to be games that people are going to be on the Yerfy in. Those are Nerfy, and there's going to be games. It's a weird slate out there, but here's our favorite one. You can tail or fade it if you want to. We're going Red Sox and Guardians, taking the no run first inning, currently minus 120 on Barstool. Now, it's worth noting some books don't have a line for this one right now, so maybe this isn't great value. Maybe it is. We're not really too sure, but like FanDuel doesn't have a line. They'll eventually have one, probably by the time the video drops. But still, we like Red Sox and Guardians, no run first inning, and here's why. Now, going up for the Guardians will be Tanner Bybee. Now, hey, he's been pretty good this year. 7-0 on no run first inning. Not much more you can ask for there. The Red Sox are 18th in first inning runs, worth noting. 30th on the road. No team has scored fewer first inning runs on the road than the Red Sox. And knock on wood, everyone gets knocking on wood. The Red Sox haven't scored in 17 straight first innings, the longest streak in the MLB right now. So, I will take my chances here. I think you can get us those first 3 outs. This Red Sox offense obviously hasn't been as good on the road as it has been at home. They're obviously on the road here today. So, hey, give me those first 3 outs, Tanner. Who's on the other side, Logan?
Yeah, it's Cutter Crawford. He's starting for the Red Sox this year. Crawford 1-2 on no run first innings this year. Those aren't numbers that I'm just running out to back, but the Guardians offense 21st in first inning runs. We've seen this Guardians offense last year. It was one of those we stayed far away from the Guardians, but this year they've been slower starting, offensively. Cutter made his first start since April 9th last week and nerfied. Previously, he was coming out of the bullpen. Cutter Crawford is one of those pitchers that all he needs to do is just go out and realize what his job is to do. Get those first 3 outs. He knows that, right? He cannot host batting practice. That's the concern, and why this nerfy isn't like a 10-unit max whale play. But the over-under set to 8. I don't think they're expecting a whole lot of offense between these two teams. I do like Tanner Bybee as well. I think this one's a pretty solid one. If you look at the slate and you're like, Logan, why didn't you go with the Max Scherzer nerfy? Tell me why it's only -108. You tell me that. You figure out the odds for me, because that seems like a trap and a half. Austin and I have been doing it long enough to know a trap when we see it. So I'd be really shocked if that one does nerfy, but I do like ours as well. Let's go Nerfy Nation.
Yeah, I think we got a good chance of waving these flags. We talked about the Coors Field nerfy. That's purely a line read, but we are not going to fall into the Coors Field trap and then see a whole solo blast that should be a fly ball in any outfield. Yeah, no, we won't do it. But hey, if the Coors Field nerfy hits, say maybe we'll try a nerfy there when we think the line is right. But let's have a 4-0 day. Let's cash our parlay of the day, which is linked over my face right now. Go click it. You can check it out and see what hitters we're riding with today. And also, if you want to check out our NBA Finals Game 3 video, go check it out there too. We love you guys. Have a great Wednesday. We'll see you guys back again tomorrow for some more picks. Let's have another winning day. We'll see you guys then. Peace.